I'm Jenny Carlson here with Barry Trammell, and we are at Big 12 Media Days, Day 2. And Barry, it wasn't quite as explosive this morning. No Bob Bowlesby standing in front of the crowd and giving his gloom and doom speech today. I guess it had to be better. But we did hear from Walt Anderson, the director of officials for the Big 12, and Bill Hancock, the director of the college football playoff. And obviously some changes that I think people will be interested to hear about, especially with the officiating.
Yeah, the Big 12's got, or the NCAA's got a few nuances of new rules. What's in bounds, little minute changes on the targeting, that kind of thing. And most interesting to OU fans is about 8 years too late. They've now said that possession of a fumble or a loose ball is now reviewable. In the past, it hasn't been unless it's the goal line or the sideline. But now Oklahoma, Oregon, onside kick. That play is reviewable. I'm sure Bob Stoops feels much better now that they're going to allow that play to be reviewed.
Right. Sooners everywhere will be happy to know that Walt Anderson rolled that clip first, said, you might recognize this, a few of you. And we all said, yeah, we've seen that a few times. Bill Hancock, I thought it was interesting in talking about the college football playoff. We went through a few scenarios of here's the rankings, here's how they might seed the teams, because the college football playoff selection committee will also be in charge of seeding the non-championship game bowls that are out there. And I thought the most interesting thing Bill Hancock said was that the number one seed trumps all. It's all about making sure they don't play in a hostile environment, making sure they have the best chance to win their semifinal and get to that national championship game. But obviously a lot that people are going to have to digest as this season gets started with a playoff.
Yeah, it was very instructive, I thought. We went through three scenarios of selections in which he makes the rankings, 1 through 20, 1 through 25, and then slots them in all the major bowls, and a lot of vestiges of the basketball philosophy in which you protect that number one seed. Committees love their rankings. They love their seedings. Personally, I think it's a little overrated, but you're right. That number one seed is paramount and will be given the best chance to advance.
Now, talking about the actual coaches and players that are here, this is a kind of a banner day because you have really the two flagship programs in this conference over the life of the conference here today in Oklahoma and Texas. Obviously, the Sooners pick to win the conference among folks who do that, and then Texas with new coach Charlie Strong. We got to see him up close and personal for the first time, and really, though, I thought Bob Stoops was probably the most interesting coach we heard today, Barry.
Oh, I thought it was clearly that way. I mean, I always enjoy talking to Bill Snyder. Dana Holgorsen was okay. Paul Rhodes is fiery, but Texas coach Charlie Strong, a little on the boring side. I thought Bob was engaged and had some good answers to some fairly tough questions. Doyle, Green, Beckham, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I think Stoops was clearly the star of the show. But it was good to see for our first look at Charlie Strong, who's going to be so instrumental in OU-Texas rivalries to come.
I have a feeling Texas fans don't mind boring if he wins a lot of football games. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.